What's up guys, T-Croc here. Welcome to the vlog. As you saw in the previous clip or the intro, the car is running. Now, before I get to what happened, I've got to address a couple things of what's going on with me. So basically I was exposed again by two patients, so I was exposed twice with the COVID virus. So I was quarantined for 2 weeks. So that basically meant I stayed at home for 2 weeks, not doing anything. Basically, I had my groceries delivered to me. I had friends helping me out. I actually had a couple people because people kind of got the hint when I was making a couple memes on social media about being exposed. So they checked up on me. Appreciate to all those guys who checked up on me. So basically no progress on the car. This is like my first day actually working on the car and got it running. So what was different between this exposure versus the other exposures? We were only quarantined for a few days, and if we had no symptoms, then that was it. You went back to work and you could basically go back to normal life. This time they said no, you stay home for 2 weeks. The first week you stay at home at all, and then you get tested. If you don't have any symptoms, then you can go out in public, but I had to wear a mask and all that good stuff. So the testing sucked. I'll show you a little clip a little meme that I made about how I felt. Yeah, so that testing sucked really bad. It didn't hurt, it was just very uncomfortable. So enough of that. Basically back, the test was negative, feel perfectly fine. I never had any kind of symptoms or anything like that. So let's talk about the car. So engine bay wise, I haven't touched anything on that. The only thing I did, because I knew I was going to address some of the wiring inside the car, I charged the battery up. So that may have been what it was, because I know a lot of people said that they weren't getting enough voltage to their fuel pump, and it's possibly that the voltage was dropping till it got to the fuel pump. So maybe charging the battery could have been the solution. But inside, I haven't done really anything. I did go through, there was like a plug that literally goes to like the speaker wires. Cut that out because it's just been sitting there, but I don't think that was the issue either, because that thing has been unplugged for years since I actually caged the car. So I kind of just went to the wiring really quick. I didn't even do my plan of what I wanted to do. I just kind of just looked over everything. I didn't see anything kinked, so maybe me just shuffling things around might have unkinked the pinch wire or something, but I don't know. I just plugged everything up, and I was getting ready to leave, and I was like, screw it, let me see if it'll turn over, and it just boom, fired right up. So who knows what happened? Like I said, we nicknamed this car the Curse. It is a curse. I swear, if I come back tomorrow and the car doesn't start, I might blow it up. So yeah, that's basically it with the car. I told you guys that I was gonna do a video once I got the car running, but like I said, I really haven't done much. I charged the battery and I messed with a little bit of wiring. That was it, just to get rid of some stuff. Now, my plan, of course, half of this engine bay is kind of wire tucked. I'm not gonna do like the full tuck, but like I said, there's a lot of plugs that are not plugged in that personally I just don't use. Like there's probably an AC plug somewhere around there. There's an oil pump switch that I don't use. Power steering switch. I don't need the power steering switch. I do run power steering, but the power steering switch, what happens is if you're sitting at idle and you decide to turn the wheel, it kicks the power steering on, so you can basically have power steering while you're sitting. Now I know some people delete power steering. Personally, I do not want to. I feel like with the width of the tires, that the weight of the car, that you will literally be handling and manhandling this car on the track. I know some people say, yeah, once you get up to speed, you're good to go. I've driven not this car, but another car without power steering, and it wasn't fun. It literally was not fun. So yeah, EVAP, EGR, rear O2 sensors. I don't need none of that. Rear O2 sensors. Now, if you have emissions, I highly recommend you do not delete any of this. But like I said, this is a dedicated track car, so all that stuff is not needed. So like the plugs, they're just in the way, so I'm just gonna cut them out and basically trace the wiring all the way where it's at and take the wiring out of it. I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow. But like now that I know the car runs, I feel a lot better proceeding with that, because I really didn't want to mess with any of the wiring and basically have another issue. So now that I know the car can run, now I can proceed with the wiring. So that's it, guys. Like I said, this was just a video I wasn't even expecting to basically make. But since the car is running, I figured I would just do a little update and let you know that the car is running, and I'm going to not be doing any kind of track events. I know there's a lot of I lost my train of thought. There's a lot of like racing leagues that are actually starting to do track events, but I personally cannot do it with the schedule that I have, and especially with everything that's going on. So I cannot do any track days, not right now. So if something sporadically comes up, I may do it, but like I said, I just don't have the time right now. So that's it. Like I said, I'll probably do a video. I'm not sure what I'm going to do a video on. Oh, I do plan on getting rid of this battery. Now I was previously sponsored by Braille, and I ran their battery, which was like, I think 15 pounds. It was like a lot skinnier. I think I've done a video of like when I was weighing the car previously. It was 15 pounds. This is probably like 40 pounds, give or take, maybe so. There's also Odyssey. I know a lot of Evo owners run Odyssey batteries, but I think I've got a lot of interest in this anti-gravity battery that's been coming up on the rise, and there's been a lot of good reviews on it, so I may give them a shot. Like there's like indicators and apps you can use to see the like the percentages and how much voltage you're running, and basically if the battery's gonna die, if you need to charge it. Like the technology for this stuff is out of this world right now. So probably have to take a couple of measurements tomorrow to make sure I get a battery that fits in this tray and I can use that battery tie down. I don't want to get a battery that's too small or too big that won't fit in the tray. And I gotta make sure I get the right cranking amps and cold cranking amps, because that plays a big role as well. So that's really it. I think, like I said, I'm gonna go through, clean up the wiring, interior wise, engine bay wise. I'm gonna do all that tomorrow. I'm not gonna wire tuck anymore. Like I could wire tuck these wires and put them behind. I did have it that way, and then I undid it because the wires kept getting pinched by the intake manifold when I was putting it back on. So I think that's really it. So that's really it, guys. Like I said, just super thrilled that the car is running right now. And like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.